Greetings everyone and welcome to part 2 of my commentary to tutorial of autism. In this part, Christian talks about what you could do for your children with autism, makes a really bad recommendation to children with autism, and uses his own life as an example about autism. So if you think that part 1 was bad, it gets worse. Let's begin the video.
Going back to what you can do for your autistic child, you can do a number of things, but of course the most important thing is to positively, emotionally encourage them.
Can the same be said to all children with or without autism?
And give them hugs anyway, even if they don't want it.
That's just really creepy. It's just coming from you, Christian.
They will feel the love eventually, because I know I have. My mom never stopped hugging me.
Yes, that may be true when you were little, Chris, but seeing your mother now, I would be actually surprised if she could get up to hug you.
Another thing you can do with them is floor time. You get on the floor, you play with them.
Holy shit, Chris, what do you think these kids are? Your pets? And then again, this is coming from a guy who could be a possible pedo.
You should build Lego sets. I have my own city made out of Legos.
You still do, Chris.
It was a very big city, too. It was pretty much an early version of my city of Quickville.
Quickville, yes, the town that you actually believe exists, since you drew it on your Sonic Chew comics. Oh, god damn it, Chris.
I housed my electric hedgehog, Sonic Chew, and Rose Chew in the comics I had drawn.
Oh, you mean that disgusting hybrid of Sonic the Hedgehog, Amy Rose, and Pikachu, which you claim to be original but nothing more than shitty recolors?
I put all the bricks and pieces in the boxes under here, but they were over there.
I'm surprised that you can find anything in your room, let alone the entire house, since it's full of shit that you don't need.
On the other side of my room, one big city. It was massive. It was great.
It's not real. It's just an imagination of your fucked up mind.
And of course there's also therapy, psychiatry, and special autism places.
Which is strongly recommended for people with autism so they could have a better chance at life.
I highly encourage mainstreaming them.
Which is the dumbest recommendation you can give with children with autism.
Letting them try to fit in with the normal places, like high school and middle school.
Chris, do you know how cruel kids are these days? Do you know what happens to kids with autism if they go to a mainstream high school and not getting the proper care and treatment that they need? My experience was horrendous when I was in mainstream high school. That's before I found out that I have Asperger's. Telling autistic kids to go mainstream is like tossing them to a fucking lion's den.
So I fit in perfectly after I so did.
You never have any real friends when you're in high school. The only reason why some of these girls was actually near you was out of pity, and that's gotta be one of the most pathetic things you will ever have.
But never ever send them to a mental institution. It's just wrong. It's a dark, evil place.
Not all mental institution is like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, even though you belong in one of them. There are institutions that can help people with disorders and make them a productive member of society.
I was almost forced into there once, but my parents would not have it.
Of course, Chris. They would rather let you act like a retard, and they could benefit off the monthly tugboat.
Anyway, on a more modern interest note, according to the Wikipedia article, the internet helps autistic individuals bypass nonverbal cues and emotional sharing they find hard to deal with.
Well, that's because all people on the internet are anonymous.
They also apparently formed online communities and work remotely. Listen, from extended personal experience with internet socializing, I can tell you the truth of the internet.
Oh, here it goes.
There are a lot of sick-minded, twisted, evil, dark, sloppy, gross, weird individuals out there
Chris, can you tell me the definition of hypocrisy?
And you can never tell who they are from anybody else because they hide behind the mother skirts of anonymity that is also known as the internet.
No, Chris. They're smart enough to not give their personal information, or their name, or their address, even their phone number, into people that they don't know. Maybe you should have thought of that before you go around the internet and act like a damn fool.
The Christian Weston Chandler, born with the birth name of Christopher, February 24th, 1982. I'm the one with Robert Franklin Chandler Jr. as my father. I'm Barbara Ann Weston Chandler as my mother. 14 Branchlight Court, Rutgers, Virginia, 22968 434-990-0198. Stop that imposter bastard that's been posing with my name, my address, my phone number, everything. Stop him. He deserves nothing. Die, you!
They go online talking to random people, deceiving, tricking, blackmailing.
Well, that's true only to you, Chris, because you're just a low's cow.
Just so they can drag our once clear names through the worst mud, blood, and bodily fluids. It makes me sick. Ugh.
Okay, in that part I didn't know what the fuck you said, Chris. But the thing is that they didn't do such thing. You did that by yourself. So that makes you your own worst enemy.
They are ungrateful, immature. They need to grow up.
Again with the hypocrisy. I actually remember what I said in this part when I first saw this tutorial. You can't tell anybody to grow up, Chris. You're the one who's hiding under your mother's fat Snorlax panties. You can't even let go of the past, and you do nothing to contribute to society. Sort of like that.
But they even range from the young, the teenage, even some adults. I swear.
The best way you can solve that problem is just simply ignore them. But what do? You react to them. You actually give them what they want.
I had my own website for my sci-fi comics, but then they hacked in them and took it away.
No, Chris, they didn't hack into it. They were the webmaster. They're the one who designed your website. And you didn't do anything to keep that website. So the best thing they could do was just to get rid of it altogether.
I grabbed it back, but after a while I got tired of it, so I took the websites down myself.
I am not going to repeat myself. Well, you just shit yourself in your own tutorial?
I also had my own MySpace and Facebook. Gone. They can hack your computers, your game consoles, laptops, cell phones, and maybe even your iPods.
Well, Chris, I guess you shouldn't have just a simple password like Sonichu.
They just do not let up. I have been a victim of their ways. I've never socialized online again.
Chris, okay, I'm gonna have to repeat myself again. You are not the victim. You're the one who brought this on yourself. You acting like a damn fool. I can't believe you can't get it to your thick skull right now. Oh my god, you're 29 and you've been doing this shit for 5 years.
And I screen my phone calls. I hardly ever answer my phone anymore.
That's what happened when you give out your phone number on the internet, you dumbass.
And I am emotionally damaged by them. It's just pitiful.
Took the words right out of my mouth about you.
Horrifying. Online gaming, on the other hand, is different. The other players, they just come and go while I accomplish my video game goals.
You know, because I don't have a life whatsoever.
No friendships are made, and information searches and shopping online is fine. It is the social websites like Facebook's and MySpace that are travesties.
No, they're not. You're just butthurt because you get teased a lot on the internet. And it's well deserved, too.
The only way to socialize is in real life.
Chris, nobody in real life wants to even come near you.
Fellow autistic people, I encourage you to man and woman up respectively.
We don't know this guy, we never heard about this guy, we don't associate with this guy.
Go out into the real world and make real friends with full, great quality friendships. Do it now.
So, Chris, how's that working out for you? Yeah. Not pretty much, huh? So, I guess you have no woman relationship whatsoever, so what are you gonna do next? Oh, I know. Dress up like a girl!
Socializing tips and also a little bit more history on myself to be revealed in the following parts in the remainder of this tutorial. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Oh my god, this is very, very hard. I can't believe Chris just did this shit. Nobody wants to know about his past. I mean, they got the quickie for God's sake. More to come with this. It's really getting really bad. So, I'll see you guys later.